Hi all and welcome to Caliber Works for this week. In this occasion, I took a chance with less conservative design and I hope for the best with this very unusual case. So for this week, let me introduce you to Black Sun. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos out there under the same premise. Learn how to make your own watch with parts that you can buy from the internet, and in 99% of the cases, they use the same movement, which is a clone of the 6497. The reason for this is that this is one of the most clone movements ever created. And the clones, the Asian clones to be specific, are very affordable, are very easy to get. In contrast to their Swiss counterparts, which are extremely expensive due to the high quality of the materials. However, these clones don't have the best lifespan and is expected to last between 1 and 2 years. For this build, we're gonna use classic Unitas 6498. It's one of the most reliable movements ever created. To this day, you can go into an auction house or sometimes in the internet and you can come by watches from the 1950s that still work perfectly. The dial has the small seconds at 6 o'clock. I think it's quite sober, to be honest. And the watch will be encased in this beautiful 360 degrees rotating case. Pretty solid if you ask me. First, we insert the hour wheel and the hour wheel washer. We mount the dial in two steps. First, we fit the dial and make sure that it's in the right position, and then we are going to screw the dial to the movement using the screws that are on the back of the movement. Once the dial is properly latched into the movement, we make sure that there are no gaps between the movement and the dial. For the next step, I perform a test, make sure that I can release the stem from the movement so I can mount it into the workbench. The hands are also Swiss made. I have selected these rose gold leaf hands. I think they will match perfectly with the dial color. I mount the hour hand first, then the minutes hand, and at the end the seconds hand. Then I give the watch a very good cleanup with Rodico to ensure that there are no dust particles or specks of dust anywhere close to the dial. I mount the case onto the movement. At this point, the watch starts taking shape. Now, the next step will be to assemble the locks of the watch, which will enable us to put a belt on it, and it will be able to rotate 360 degrees. Now I tested the hands for accuracy once more off camera, and then I proceed to mount the case on the movement. As you can see, is really coming together. It's really beautiful. This is the closer look of how the watch is going to look like at the end. I don't know if you can see it, but the crystal dome provides this magnifying glass effect that is just beautiful. Now I'm going to put the dial ring inside the case, and that will be the last step before we start latching the movement onto the case internally. The stem is cut to its right size, and then I attach the new crown. The hands are tested once more for accuracy, and then we are ready to finish off the build by latching the movement into the case. We fit the spacer ring inside the case. Now for this build I forgot to film the whole process end to end. If you want to see the whole process step by step on how to latch it onto the case, then you're gonna have to see my other videos. Sorry. The sealing gasket is then attached to the crystal back. This will ensure that the watch is hermetically closed, and then we are ready to close the watch. I use a classic black leather strap. I think it takes the watch to a whole new level, and is fit for purpose. It makes the watch look a little bit more elegant. If you do not agree with me, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because very soon I will be using much more complicated Swiss movements. On a personal note, this part is really satisfying to remove the plastic from the watch. Now I can see it glow in all its glory. So that's it for this build. Thank you for passing by my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next Friday.